As a matter of fact, you know what, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to check to see if they actually sell puffer fish. If you can actually buy puffer fish and eat it here in America. I don't think
I just want to hear what you say, brother. That's all. That's all, brother. That's all. Oh, no big deal. You know, no big deal. That's good, man. We actually done covered a lot. We're probably gonna wrap it up in about the next 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But we have covered a lot. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, because we're gonna do this again. Now, some of this stuff that y'all bringing up, when we have a Christian debate, or not a debate, or the Christianity discussion, just know some of this stuff gonna come back to haunt you, man. Some of this stuff is gonna come back to haunt you, man. And I don't want to get too deep into that, because I know when I mention Christianity, y'all start chomping at the bit. You know, y'all.
Hold on. We're in
so I'm not defending. For the record, I'm not a Christian, but sometimes I defend it for the discussion. So, but I'm not gonna defend it right now. Right now, I just wanna look at these laws. So as we kind of winding this down, right? I want a legit answer, a yes or a no, and then you can explain. And I just want to go down the panel, right? Do you in your honest opinion, do you think it would make sense to go back and get the whole Torah commandments and laws and apply them in the same way, in the same manner, right now today, with spaceships, cars, highways, internet? Would you grab those laws and apply all of those laws to the society right now today, and bypass these laws that we got right now that didn't come from the Most High and didn't come from Moses? I want to know yes or no, and why or why not. And whoever want to start can start.
Okay, would I bypass the man? You asked two questions, I believe. Would I enforce the one law, and would I bypass the laws already there? Yes or no? Okay, would I enforce the laws of the Most High? Yes. Would I bypass the laws that are already in place? Like, you mean like speed limits and stuff like that? No.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna put y'all on mute because my wife is here. But I'm gonna say this. But yes, if I was running the show, get ready for Deuteronomy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we heard
you. There?
You, yeah, we heard you.
Yeah, get ready for Deuteronomy. Because see, here's the thing: modern society follows about 80% of those laws, regardless.
No, it
80.
Don't.
Yes, it does. Don't. Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
Watch this. Watch this. If you take out a credit card, it's on your record for how long, Corey?
I don't.
It don't follow 80% of that, brother. You know that. You know it, and I know it.
Well, I know what.
Ain't no 80%, brother. This dude out of his mind, man. This dude out of his mind. Ricky, you want to chime in on that?
Is this a Christian nation?
What?
Is this supposedly a Christian nation?
We have freedom of religion, brother.
But I'm asking you, based on the way this nation is set up, is it set up in a Christian stance? A Christian state?
No, we have freedom of religion, brother.
Man, you both know better than that.
No,
man,
I know that the majority of people...
The foundation of this land was set up on the Bible.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
They gave you religious freedom, but the majority of this land was based on... They literally just took the 10 Commandments from the Supreme Court in our day.
What does that mean, bro? What does that mean?
This land was set up based on biblical principles. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
You got freedom of religion, brother.
You got freedom of religion.
That ends
but
that.
The land was set up based on biblical principles.
You got freedom of religion. That ends that, bro. You can't lose that. You got freedom of religion, brother. This ain't.
You got freedom of religion, but this land has been set up on biblical principles, not Quranic
We got
principles.
freedom of. See, no. We got freedom of religion, brother. You just can't get around that.
Can you practice Shahara law here?
You can't get around that, brother.
But can you practice Shahara law here?
You gotta follow the law of the land, bro.
But can you practice Shahara law here?
You can't practice any other law but the law of the land. You can't bring the law from a whole you can't bring the law from a whole nother nation and then apply it to the American law. We got a law, and we got people that interpret that law.
No,
You're not finna import another law.
Islam is not a nation. Islam is a religion.
But nations practice Sharia law, and you said,
so again, you said,
could I practice Sharia law? Yeah, you got freedom of religion, bro. Sharia law, that's not freedom of religion. I can be a Muslim.
So I'm a Muslim.
I can be a Muslim in America, bro.
Okay, you're a Muslim. Can you practice Sharia law? Sharia law? Yes or no?
I just told you can only practice the American law, brother. I just told you that.
You said what again?
I said no. You gotta follow American law.
So if it's religious, if you have religious freedom, why can't I practice my religion that includes Shahara law?
No, that's no. You confusing.
You just said I have religious freedom.
You confusing, brother. You confusing apples and oranges, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Now this is the kicker. Now this is what you can't get around. When I just said, yeah, you got religious freedom, but your religion will never trump the laws of the land. I don't care what you believe in. If your religion goes outside of the laws of the land and the laws of the land dictates that you can't do it, you can't say that, oh, my religion believes in child sacrifice and you think they just gonna let you go out there and kill children. You out of your mind, bro.
So then I can't practice my religion.
No, you can practice your religion in the confines of the American law. What they allow you to do, you can do. It's not the other way around. Christianity doesn't dictate. Christianity, Islam, Judaism does not dictate what American law will and will not allow, bro. That's what you just got to accept that, brother.
So let me ask you this. So if you just told me that America was not founded on Christian nations, right?
I say you got freedom of religion. You can be whatever religion.
No, but that's not the question I asked. The question I asked is,
no, it was not founded as a Christian nation. No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a Christian nation. Now, if you have the majority of people who choose to practice Christianity, that's one thing. But they are not going to say that, okay, all of the tenets of Christianity are embedded inside of the whole nation and everybody has to be Christian. You don't got to be Christian if you don't want to be Christian.
No, I didn't say you had to be Christian. We were specifically talking about the laws. Wasn't we? Was we specifically talking about the Christian law? I mean, American laws. I made a statement, and I'm glad this is being recorded like Rick said. America was set up on Christian principles and foundations. You disagree with that. Am I correct so far?
Because you got freedom of religion, brother. You got freedom of religion, bro.
So do you have religious freedom in the Christian?
What?
I never said you didn't have freedom of religion.
Okay, so.
But what I said was that this nation was based on biblical principles, and you disagree with that.
I do disagree with that.
So you don't think the nation was founded on the 10 Commandments?
No.
The Bible played a great role in the basis, the founding of this nation, because it took a whole group of people and brought them over here as slaves. And what was the reason they used to say these people deserve to be in slavery? They said that they were under the curse of Ham. Had to do with them being Hamites.
Yeah. And based on that definition, they was able to put them in slavery.
That was it. The Pope was on board. European Jews were on board.
And the commandments have been a part of the court system since the beginning of the court system here. Just the fact that the Declaration of Independence starts off with God lets you know that they're speaking on biblical principles.
I don't agree with that, brother.
There's absolutely no way you could have been an atheist and been a part of that conversation.
That's not true, brother.
That's 150% true.
No, it's
Every
not.
single person in that group had a religious background that traces back to Christianity. Every last one of them.
So you saying all of the founding fathers was Christian? That's what you're telling me?
All of the founding fathers was
Okay, we'll definitely have to have another. We'll definitely have to have another more in-depth conversation on that, because I think you're confusing that if some of these people are Christian and the fundamental principles of the nation. Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. If you go to a land, you talking about that Sharia law that's based off of how these people interpret Islam, you don't have no freedom of religion. You want to know why? Because Allah and the Quran is the ultimate authority. If you come here, the Bible is not the ultimate authority. That's why if you see right now, bro, some of the hottest topics that people are debating, they go back and forth about abortion. They go back and forth about homosexual rights.
They go back and forth about that now. That's
wait a minute. Bro, you gotta just open up your mind, fam. You said that everything was founded on the 10 Commandments. We already went back to the first freaking commandment, was have no other God before me. So the minute you tell people that they got freedom of religion, it's a different scenario. Now, of
the
course,
Constitution is based upon the Hebrew Bible God.
Okay, bro.
It's not based on Allah or any other God. It's based upon the biblical God.
No,
based on the biblical God. That's when they start writing the Declaration of Independence. The founding fathers wrote their declaration and founded this nation on biblical principles. Yes, you did have religion, freedom of religion, but you could not be a part of this nation without going through a biblical God. Impossible. I didn't think it was going to be up for debate, but since it is, I don't have no problem giving you a history lesson.
That's not it. You confusing. You confusing things, bro.
No, because the question remains the same. I said that this nation was founded upon Christian beliefs, biblical-based Christian beliefs. There's no doubt about it. I know for a fact it was. You disagreed with that.
I disagree with that.
Okay, so I'm going to show you in the Declaration of Independence in the Constitution, in the founding of this nation, you will see the biblical principles and the Bible set up to found and control and govern this nation.
What does it say about the Bible in the Declaration of Independence?
The word God.
No, I say, what does it say about the Bible?
I don't think it says. I don't think it says anything about.
What does it say about Christianity?
It don't say anything about Christianity.
What does it say about Jesus?
It may have something in there about Jesus. I gotta check.
So you don't know? You got all the facts, and
you're
giving me the history lesson, and I'm asking the teacher. It doesn't say anything about Jesus.
I don't know. I gotta check.
So it don't say nothing about the Bible. It don't say nothing about Christianity, and it don't say nothing about Jesus, right?
What about God?
Oh, okay.
So
do you have to wait a minute? Do you have to be baptized? Wait a minute. Do you have to be baptized to be American?
No.
Do you have to be a Christian to be an American?
Do you have to be a Christian to be an American?
Yeah.
Do you have to be a Christian to be?
Yes.
No, yes. You don't.
Okay. What about the Constitution? Is the Bible mentioned in the Constitution?
The main character of the Bible is?
Who?
God.
Okay, is Yahweh mentioned in the Constitution?
God is mentioned in the Constitution.
Is Yahweh mentioned in the Constitution?
Yes.
You're lying.
Yes, Yahweh. God is Yahweh. Yes.
You're lying. The Constitution does not say nothing about Yahweh, bro. Is Jesus
it says
mentioned
about God? Who is God? God is Yahweh.
Is Jesus mentioned in the Constitution?
No, Jesus is not mentioned in the Constitution.
Is the Bible mentioned in the Constitution?
It might be. I need to check.
Now see, because this what the problem is. This is what the problem is. What happens is people get so caught up in a religious mind state that they think just because if somebody says anywhere in the world that killing is wrong, then that's Bible. That's based on the Bible, as if nobody ever said that before them. If somebody says that stealing is wrong, that's based on the Bible, as if nobody ever said that before them.
Yes.
Let me hop in. Let me hop in, Black Brian. One second. I want to say, what is?
Because I got a knockout punch waiting.
Well, what does your American president have to do?
That just took my knockout punch, Corey.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
what
can't
book?
Be president without putting your hand on the Bible. Every single courtroom has a Bible.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. What are they bearing false witness? How did you prove you're not gonna bear false witness in the American court?
You can't even have an oath in America without putting your hand.
Hey, tell me this. Okay, tell me this, and then we'll all look it up.
That's correct.
Has it always? No, listen to me. Has it always been like that in America?
Have we established that part?
No, listen what I'm telling you. Has it always been like that in America?
False witness in the American court system, you put your hand on the Bible.
Has it? Okay, watch this. No, you can choose what you put your hand on. If a Muslim wants to put their hand on the tradition, wait a minute.
The tradition here is to put it on the
because you just fell into a trap. If you want to put your hand on the Quran, can you put your hand on the Quran if you want to?
Right.
Yes or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so trying to tell me about putting my hand on the Bible, and I'm telling you that you can put your hand on the Quran.
But see, the problem you're having with this, the problem you're having with this, it was based on biblical principles.
That's what we're
saying.
saying.
It was based upon, I didn't say that it's illegal for you to practice another religion. What I said is this nation was founded upon the Bible and not the Quran. That's why when you go to court, you're going to get the Bible. That's why when you go to be a president, you're going to get the Bible. Yes, you have the right to be what you want to be here. But
you're going to get the Bible. You're going to get the Bible because those people are Christians. But I just told you, if that person happens to be a Muslim, then they can get the Quran. What are you not understanding about that?
In 1776, you wasn't getting no Quran.
Hold on,
if they was a Muslim, they could have, brother.
But if American president, you expect an American president to be touching the Quran?
I'm saying that. Now here's the thing: in America, the individual has freedom of religion. Now, if the majority, I'll be letting y'all go. Now, if the majority of people are Christians, then you are going to see mostly Christian things playing out. But that doesn't mean that this is how the nation was constructed for them to be Christians. You can be whatever you want to be. So if an individual wanted to be a Muslim, then that is what you would see. You're confusing the fact that these people were Christians and saying that, this nation was set up to be a Christian nation. No, the nation was set up for a person to be what they wanted to be. These people chose to be Christians. That's all it is.
Blackburn didn't say that it was set up to be a Christian nation. He said it was founded on Christian principles, on biblical principles. So biblical can mean you shouldn't kill somebody innocent, but yes, you can go to war.
Okay, now earlier, and I'm finna show you what you just did, right? Earlier, when we were talking about some of these laws, and you were talking about how they were moral standards. Again, this is how the religious mind does sometimes. They always want to act like that these ideas originated from their particular theology or belief. You can't say that if America has laws that say that you cannot kill, maybe they just knew that in a functioning society, it's not okay to just let people run around murdering people and killing people. You can't say that they did this just because of the Ten
Commandments were taken out of the courts. The 10 Commandments were taken out of the schools and the courts.
So what?
Recently.
Prayer to the Christian God was in our school system, even when we were children. I think in elementary took that out.
Because the individuals were predominantly Christian. So they had the right
Okay, so there was,
to do
when
what they
was the
wanted to
time,
do.
when was the time where the individuals were predominantly Muslim or Buddhist or insert any other religion in American history? Name a time, name a decade, a
Of
year
what?
when there
Of
were
what?
predominantly other religion, predominantly you
It's
know,
still
any
predominantly
religion.
Christian.
Always been.
Yeah.
That's the point. How did it get like that? It was founded upon that. Else they
That
wouldn't have
don't mean
flocked
that's what
here.
it was founded on, man. That's
Okay,
crazy.
so how? So
Okay, tell me
they were
this.
all
Wait a minute.
forced.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a
That
minute.
means everybody was
All right, go
forced.
ahead.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying I have to
Okay.
go ahead
When
because
they took
that
the
means
10
everybody was
Commandments,
forced.
watch this. When they took the 10 Commandments out of whatever institutions y'all say that they took them out of, what was their basis for doing that?
Not offending people who thought that had nothing to do with nothing. You know, somebody who, like you said, religious freedom. They didn't want to walk in there and have to look at thou shalt not according to what the Hebrew God said. They felt like that was offending them if they wanted to worship Satan or worship or do whatever. So it was to appease people. It was to further. They said they separated church and state, but they really didn't do it. So they had to further prove that by really separating church and state.
But what document did they use to determine that they should take that out?
They didn't use a document.
Blackburn, you want to jump in on that? They always use a document, brother.
About what? Go ahead. One more time.
Okay, when they took the 10 Commandments out of whatever institution you're saying that they took them out of, what was their basis for doing that?
The 10 Commandments wasn't in any document.
I didn't say no. I said out of whatever institution you said that they took it out of. Y'all rattled off some institutions that they took the 10 Commandments out of.
This was based on the Religious Freedom Act.
But what did they base that on? What do they always look to?
Church and state are separate. Church and state is separated.
Where you get that from?
You get that from the Constitution.
Okay, so wait a minute. So somewhere embedded into the Constitution, you got freedom of religion, right?
Yes, we've never disagreed with that.
And you can use the Constitution to remove the 10 Commandments from these institutions, right? Right?
One more time? Say that one more time?
You can use the Constitution to make a legal argument to remove the 10 Commandments from these institutions.
Yes, you can.
And you can use the Constitution to remove prayer from schools. And you can use the Constitution to say, I don't want to put my hand on the Bible. I want to put my hand on the Quran. So what I'm telling you is, yes, I 100% agree that the majority of these people were Christians, but embedded within the documents themselves was to ensure that individuals, if they just wanted to make a Christian nation, bro, then they would have been forcing Christianity down people's throats. They was making sure that, no, it wasn't a Christian nation. It was a freedom of religion nation. Now, whether or not the majority of people was Christians or not, that's a whole nother debate. But everything about it enables you to make sure that nobody can force their religion on you. And you're trying to say that that comes from a book that literally forces its religion on you.
See, the thing about it is, I never use the word force, and I never use the word law. What I used and what I was specific on was the principles and the foundations. The principles, for example, in Iran, in Iraq, in Turkey, they are Islamic those are Islamic countries. A woman can go over there and jump in her bathing suit, but the country was founded on Islamic principles. The foundation, even saying there's a separation between church and state. There is no other religion that uses the word church other than Christianity. None. Not one. It's not a separation between synagogue and state. It's not a separation between the temple and state. It's a separation between church and state. There's no doubt about it that when America was formed, and even today, especially as we got up to 2020, it has been the Christian nation of the world. Now, can you come practice Islam over here? Absolutely. Can you come practice Buddhism over here? Absolutely. Can you come practice Judaism over here? Absolutely. But this country, just like Iran and Iraq, is primarily founded upon Islam. But you can have a Bible over there. You can have a Bible study over there. And you can go to Israel right now and have a Bible study over there. You can go and open up a church over there. But Israel is primarily based upon Judaism. That's the principles and the foundations of that land. And it's no different from America. The principles and the foundations of America is without a shadow of a doubt Christian.
Okay, what scriptures are quoted in the Declaration of Independence of the Constitution?
The word church. You can only find that in the scripture.
I said what scriptures are quoted, brother.
That man is created equal. I could probably find that.
Again, now, like I say, again, I'm just, I don't want to label the point. The majority of the people, yes, they were Christian, but they were making sure that you can't force Christianity down nobody's throat. Plain and simple, man. You can't force Christianity down nobody's throat. You can't force none of those religions down anybody's throat. That's when, as soon as people started, when enough people of a different belief system started contesting certain things, you started seeing a whole lot of stuff change. Now you look up and you see Church of Satan. You can actually have a legitimized Church of Satan in America. The damn antithesis, the arch nemesis of this Jesus and God guy, according to Christianity, Satan himself can have a church in America, and they base that off of the Constitution, brother. It ain't no way that they would have wrote in there something that could be interpreted as you can build a church. Ain't no Christian finna tell you to worship Satan, bro. They not finna build no damn church to Satan. A Christian church to Satan? It's crazy, man. That's crazy. Now, again, the majority of those people was Christian, bro. So, of course, they are going to be living out their Christian ideals in their life. But the nation as a whole and how it was constructed, it was to ensure that religious people couldn't just force their way of life on individuals, man. Now, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that. I don't believe that. Because if to me, if that was the case, we would be Christians and we wouldn't be allowed to do anything else. The minute you tell me that I got religious freedom, the minute I see that, I'm not applying no particular religion to it, because it's religious freedom. Now, if the majority of those people want to be Christian, that's on them. That's on them, man. I know a lot that Christianity might have a problem with. That's okay in America. I know a lot of things, bro, and I don't see how that is if they just want to be these good Christians. Don't make no damn sense to me.
Well, again, that's without a question that the religious freedom is here in America. You can practice and be whoever you want to be, but that does not make that does not change the fact that this country is different based upon its foundations. And its foundations is based upon religious freedoms, but yet it is still following the religious Christian beliefs.
Well, tell me this. What is it about Christian? Okay, what is it about Christianity that this nation is founded on? What is it?
Well, first off, like I just said, man, the Ten Commandments been sitting in front of the Supreme Court for the longest.
Okay, so you guys are Hebrews, right? So the Ten Commandments, the Ten Commandments belong to Christianity and not y'all?
Christianity followed the Ten Commandments for a very long time.
Wait, so but,
They
okay,
believe that the Ten Commandments was part of their religion.
so
And other things that's in the Hebrew Bible. You can't be a Christian without the Hebrew Bible.
okay,
You
so
gonna be
the
a
ten,
Hebrew
so are the
Christian,
Ten
right?
Commandments Christian or are they Hebrew Israelite?
The Ten Commandments is, Christians follow the Ten Commandments also.
Is it Christian or is it Israelite or is it both? You saying it's both?
No, God gave it to the Israelites. It all depends on how you're asking that question.
So if you looking
God
at the
didn't give
Ten
it to us.
Commandments, why aren't you arguing that it was founded on Israelite teachings? If it's founded on the Ten Commandments,
Watch
the
the
Ten
answer.
Commandments come from Israel. Why aren't you telling me that this was an Israelite nation?
One more time.
If I ask you what about Christianity is this nation founded on, and you tell me the Ten Commandments, and then we work that through and we find out that the Ten Commandments is actually from Israelite culture, why aren't you arguing with me that this nation was founded on Israelite culture? You got the Ten Commandments in the Israelite culture. Why aren't you saying it's Israelite? This country was founded on the Israelite culture. Why Christianity?
Here, Papa. That comes with scholarship. That doesn't come with your typical Joe Blow. Me and you understand that. The majority of Christians don't. The majority of Christians don't even understand. They literally think that Jesus was a Christian. So it's kind of it's very difficult to explain because Christians believe that the Old Testament was given to them. They actually believe Christians was walking around in Israel at the time. So
Okay,
you know,
so what is it about Christianity, void of Judaism, that this nation is found, that you're saying this nation is founded on?
the fact that you got to give an oath on the Bible, the fact that you got to.
You don't have to give an oath on the Bible. We went through that. They choose to do that.
No, in the court system, you give an oath on the Bible.
You don't have to, brother. You don't have to. That's wrong.
Again, you keep saying have to. You keep saying
do it on
have
the Quran.
But what I'm saying is the tradition, the foundation.
Where in Christianity? Where in Christianity do you have to give an oath on the Bible?
I said Christian principles. Look,
that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I know. Wait a minute. I know what Christianity is. I know what Christians believe, and I know what Christians. I know what they teach in church. I know what they do. So I'm asking you: is in the Constitution? Is it anything about communion? Do you have to eat the flesh of Jesus and drink His blood? Do you have to? Does the Constitution talk? Does the Constitution talk about baptism? Does the Constitution talk about giving your life to Jesus? Does the Constitution talk about Jesus rose from the dead and He's going to come back to save us? Is the Pope the top authority over here? So that's what I'm saying. What in the Christian religion? I don't understand what you're talking about at this point. What in the Christian religion that Christians practice? What does that got to do with the Constitution? What is it?
I'm gonna go back to the same exact thing I just said. A president is giving his oath on the Bible. You got to give your oath on the Bible in the courthouse, and you have to opt out to do it a different way. Traditionally, that's the way it's been done since the beginning of this nation. Now, there's no argument for me on that. If you go to court right now, that's the very thing they do when you give an oath. You can say, I'm not a Christian. Then they can go get you a Quran. But everybody that comes to that courtroom is going to put their hand on a Bible, unless you say otherwise. If this don't have anything to do with Christianity, why? Why are you putting your hand on a Bible?
Okay, now,
Why am I putting my hand on?
already dealt with that because they are Christians. So you're going to present an individual with the text that they hold sacred because they aren't going to want to break that oath. So if I'm talking to a Christian,
If the
wait a minute, if I'm talking to a Christian, I'm going to present them. It's not about the Bible, bro. It's about what that individual holds sacred. But
it's not an individual that made that law.
What I'm gonna go back to again.
That tradition.
But what I'm gonna go back to you again, that is not even a part of Christianity, fam.
Again, it was not an individual that made that tradition. Every single judge, is that
the best you got? That people put their hand on the Bible when a Muslim can put his hand on the Quran, a Buddhist could put his hands on a book of Confucius. They can pick whatever they want. But you gotta stop saying that. Throw that out. The reason why you see it so much is because everybody is a doggone Christian, fam. But that's not a requirement.
But again,
everybody's a doggone Christian.
Wait a minute. Tell me. No. No. Okay, so I'm asking you.
Christianity was made law.
Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. Okay, there are specific tenets of Christianity, fam. Baptism, right? Christians get baptized, right? Where in the Constitution do I see baptism?
Don't believe in baptism.
Huh?
Every Christian don't believe in baptism.
And watch this. There's no other religion that holds a Bible except for Christianity.
So your only thing is you're saying because you see a Bible, that's what you're basing it on. There's no tenets.
It's not because I see a Bible.
There's no tenets of the Christian faith that you can point me to.
Again, I never said that Christianity was law here. You keep saying that. I never said that. What I said.
So there's no tenets. There's no tenets of the Christian faith that you can point to, but you're telling me that it's a Christian nation. Crazy.
Your courtroom 10 years ago had 10 commandments there. Go kill somebody and figure out if it's illegal here or not.
They were Christians, bro. Okay, the Constitution.
Man, you're not understanding. That's exactly
no, you're not understanding. You're not understanding.
I'm saying that they were Christians. These founding fathers was Christians, and they based their courtroom on you taking an oath, not on the Quran. But since you have religious freedom, you can. But the tradition in every courtroom has a Bible. Go back to the 1700s and see if they had a Quran for you.
Well, watch this.
Nobody wanted them to, brother.
Who calls their deity God? Who labels their deity God? No, I'm just asking who else? Is there somebody else?
Not a single other religion in the world calls their deity God.
What you mean?
God. Capital G, lowercase o, lowercase d. Who else calls there?
We all been saying God all day, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna have to say anybody who main religion come out of a book use that word.
Yeah.
What text? What text?
Go find a book.
No. Listen. No. Hold on.
How are you gonna blame an English
speaker
for speaking English?
You didn't hear the question. No, you didn't. You couldn't have heard the question.
They speak English. Anybody that speak English, brother.
That's not the point. You got Jehovah's Witnesses. They call them Jehovah.
They say God.
They say Jehovah.
And they use the word God, brother.
They say Jehovah God, right? So who calls their deity God? Who calls him that? That's his name. Who says, "Dear God, blah 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 blah"? Who says that? Everybody else says Allah, Buddha, Krishna, whatever the deity's name is. Papa, I forgot his name. The voodoo man. Who calls their deity God? Legba, my bad. Who calls their deity God?
Yeah.
And I know Muslims. Muslims, when they refer to God, is always Allah. Always.
They call them by their names. Everybody calls their
Allah
deity by their name.
God. Allah means God.
Allah means.
I know it does.
It means
let you know that we're serving Allah.
But
Allah
they're
has a
just speaking
position.
another language. They're saying God.
That's Arabic, bro.
But again, they're indicating that I am practicing Islam. That's why they say Allah. That's why you won't have a religious conversation with a Muslim without hearing the words Allah.
So
And
okay,
the whole conversation will be in English.
okay. So now check this out. If you when I talk to you guys, y'all randomly use the word, y'all to say Egyptian gods. You got no problem with that, right? You got no
Nope.
problem with saying
No
Egyptian
problem.
gods, right?
No.
Right? Huh?
That's right.
No
Egyptian
problem.
God. That's
So
right.
wait a minute. So are you two Christians?
No.
So why are you saying
No.
God? Why are you saying God? Why?
Egyptian gods.
Why
Who
are
are
you saying
Egyptian
it?
gods?
But why are you saying it?
What do you mean? Why am I saying it?
Why are you saying God?
Christians claim to serve the same exact God we
I'm
serve.
speaking English, man.
Exactly.
But I would say netter to you. If we were talking, if I was
But
talking to you, I would
what
say
I'm
netter.
telling you is, bro, if these people, it don't matter if you're talking to English speaking people, bro. God is what they use. Now again, what y'all are trying to do is say,
We
oh,
went
they
from
say God.
gods to God. When you say
Okay,
God, then now you're talking about something specific. If I say Egyptian gods,
You're
there's
talking about something
watch this.
outside the Bible.
Is
there's a
Jesus God to a Christian?
smorgasbord.
Is Jesus God to a Christian? Do Christians say
Not
that
all
Jesus
of them.
is
Not
God?
all exactly. Everybody don't agree to
But
that.
I'm asking you. Of course, nobody agrees on everything, but you guys know that the majority of Christians say that Jesus is God,
They
right?
say there's three gods in one, right? He's one
So
of the three
again,
gods.
so what I'm going to ask y'all very specifically for the umpteenth time, I don't want to hear, oh, they say they use this English word God. Oh, I see the Bible. What Christian tenets are there in the forming of the nation?
Let me ask you this before I answer
Don't
that.
ask nothing, just answer it.
What Christian tenets?
Because I'm really trying to understand, why are you saying that this was founded as a Christian nation? I don't see nothing Christian. What are they doing?
Thou shalt not kill to a Christian is biblical. That's biblical. They didn't hear that from no Egyptian God. They didn't hear no thou shalt not kill from Buddha. They didn't hear thou shalt not kill from Ra. They learned thou shalt not kill from that book. Thou shalt not steal from that book. The 10 Commandments that they place in front of every single courthouse from that book.
I mean, look, watch
The
this,
oath
bro.
that they take is
History.
from that book. I'm not, but you still got religious freedom, Matt. You can still bring your Quran. You can still bring your Buddhist. You can still bring that. But the thou shalt not kill did not come from the Quran. That came from that book.
So it couldn't come from common sense. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me.
History shows where it come from, man.
That's what you're telling me.
The founders of this
That's what you're telling
country,
me. It couldn't
every
come from
founder of
common
this
sense.
country wasn't a devout Christian. The
Okay, wait a
founders of this
minute.
country,
Wait a minute.
listen to me though.
Wait a
Listen
minute.
to
Wait,
me.
well, no.
The
I
founders
gotta
of this
go here
country,
because I've been waiting to go here and we've been on there for a while. But let me say this. So where in the hell did the Israelites get it from?
whoa, now what are you talking about,
God.
man? Get
No,
what
thou
from?
shalt not kill. Where did they get it
God.
from? Huh?
God. God.
So
They came from God.
nobody before them ever said that. They never encountered nobody that had laws against killing.
I'm not saying they did. I ain't saying they did. But the Israelite law came from God.
So
Yes,
so
it is
Israelites
like this.
originated that idea, right? Everybody was
Yes,
just
no, you asked
murdering
where they got.
willy-nilly.
Listen, that was two different questions. You said where
No,
did
it
they
ain't.
get it from?
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Where did the Israelites get it from?
They got it from their God.
They
That's
got it
where they
from their
got their
God.
instruction. You said where they get it. What is it? It is the instruction. They got the instruction from their God.
Thou shalt not kill is
You're trying to. I know what
what
you're
their
asking,
God
but you're
said.
not asking it the right way.
No,
Where did
no. I'm really
you
not trying to
what
lead
you're
you
trying to
nowhere.
say?
But
No. Listen. You're trying to say where did they first see it? Where did they
that's
pick
not what
this
I'm
up?
asking
That's
you.
not how they got it. They didn't pick it
That,
up.
that ain't
They
what I'm
were
asking you,
instructed.
brother.
They were. The text says they got it from their God. You know that.
We all know that.
So the Israelites got this from God regardless if this existed on the planet before, right?
Right. They were given instructions on how to behave.
So the rest of the now this is where I'm really going. So did anybody else on the planet have laws against killing and murder?
I'm pretty sure.
Where did they get it from? Where did they get it from?
It's a natural thing, brother. Like we was talking about how walking around naked. That's something that's inherent. That's inherent.
Bam. So if you see a nation making laws against killing, they don't have to be trying to mirror their laws to the Bible. They can just be mirroring or just creating their laws around what makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that's right. But we know. Hold on. We know the history of this country, though. We know the history. This is a Christian country, man. This country came from England. They broke out from the British. They were mostly Christian. So they were mostly Christian when they came in. That's not to mean everybody was a Christian. Every president wasn't a devout Christian, but it was always been a majority over here because that's where they came from. They weren't Native Americans. They weren't Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? They were
My thing is when you say that they could have got it somewhere else. They could have got it from this and they could have got it from that. But yet they put the Bible in the government buildings.
Right.
You're not going to find a Bible in Iraq in a government building. You're not going to find a New Testament law in a Israeli building. You're not going to find that. You're going to find it here. They just got rid of it. So when you sit up there and say they could have got it from somewhere else, you're right, they could have. But yet in the courtroom, what they have is a Bible. I don't even get how you arguing this. You don't have a Bible in a Chinese courtroom because they don't have that religion mindset. Here you do. You go to China, you're not going to put your hand on a Bible.
Okay, let me ask you.
If you go to China and you go to their courtroom, or
we're not talking about that. Is it inherent?
You can't even ask to put your hand on the Bible.
Is it inherent in the Constitution itself that you can put your hand on whatever religious text you want?
I'm not 100% familiar with the Constitution. I just know about the American tradition.
Are you forced to use the Bible, or can you use whatever religious text you adhere to?
Yeah, we answered that one already. Yes, you can use what you want.
So this point that y'all keep, so only because those people were Christians. Now that you have Muslims, you can see the Quran. That's what I'm telling you, brother. It's not like you're forced to use the Bible. That's the
argument that came up. The argument that came up was the founding, not the 2020, not the 1900s, not 1980, but the founding. The founding part.
It's not founded on Islamic principles.
The founding is religious freedom. Now the founders chose Christianity. So that is what you are going to see. But the founding is not Christianity. The founding is religious freedom. But the religion that they freely chose was Christianity. So that is what you are going to predominantly see.
They built this country
on that. Look, that sounds good, but we all know religious freedom, and then what happened to the natives? You see what I'm saying? Hey, had their own form of spirituality.
Yeah, if you got religious
were they free to just do what they wanted to do wherever? No. Their ass was putting in, hey, this is y'all place now. Go do it here.
Is that Christian?
It's very Christian. Look at hold on, yes it is. Look at what the Christians have been doing. Everywhere the Christians went, look what they did.
So you're telling me, wait a minute.
This is Christian to the core.
My God. So just because
Napoleon
they did
Christian?
No. Just because they did it, you're saying that is a Christian principle?
I mean, not Alexander.
So wait, you're saying it's a
what I'm saying is
no. Corey said
no. Okay, but what I'm saying, because I got to get going, and you actually agreed with me. You actually agreed with what I've been saying. What I said was that this nation has religious freedom. We both agree. So we don't even got to bring that up ever again. The nation got religious freedom. Everybody on the call agree to that. Again, you said that the majority of the people that founded this nation was Christians. We both agree to that. Everybody on the call agree to that. They are the founding fathers of this nation, and they set those principles that they govern their life by. That's how they set up this country. That's where we disagree. It wasn't Muslims setting up this country. We've seen countries set up by Muslims. This is not it. This country was set up upon religious freedom by Christians. I don't see how we disagree with that.
Because, okay.
So you can have your freedoms, but they're only going to go so far.
Because, wait a minute, because here's the thing. If I say that you got religious freedom, that's it. That's all. That's a wrap. It's not set up to be a Christian nation. It's set up to be a religiously free nation. Now, if those people choose to be Christians, that's their business. But what I'm telling you is they could have very well chose to be something else, but they chose to be Christian. Once you say it's freedom of religion, the conversation is over at that point. Now what you're saying is what those people chose to do with their freedoms. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue what they chose to do with their freedoms.
Religious freedom means this. Religious freedom means this. It means you can worship how you want. Worship how you want, but you can't do what you want. If your religion say you can kill your firstborn, cut his little throat, if we catch you here in America, your ass gonna burn. I mean, you know, let you chair whatever.
And then guess what you can't say? Well, that's according to my religion. You can't say that.
If that violates American law, sorry. Now, if you want to be satanic church,
guess what? American law was set up by what? Christians. When you was in trouble and you had to go to court, you're going to walk past 10 commandments, only found in the Bible. When you say, okay, I got to give an oath. Again, you keep saying that that's all you got. That's law. What do you mean that's all I got? A nation is founded upon its laws.
What's law?
What's law? That you can't practice. You can't practice a religious ceremony over here that violates American law.
The 10 Commandments says that thou shalt have no other God before me. Right? Now you're telling me America was founded on the 10 Commandments. Can you have another God other than the God of the Bible?
On the 10 Commandments. You said that. I never said it was founded on the 10 Commandments.
That's what you just said.
I said it was founded on Christian principles.
But you brought up the 10 Commandments, and you just said, "Oh, you got to walk by the 10 Commandments," as if the 10 Commandments.
I never said you got to walk by the 10 Commandments.
Okay,
you can't walk by no other book.
If one says, "Have no other God before me," and another one says, "Freedom of religion," they're two different things at the outset. Now, if the people right underneath that edict of freedom of religion decide to be freedom, see, y'all focusing on that. Y'all focusing on that. But if you were correct, they never would have been able to use those original documents, the Constitution. They never would have been able to use the Constitution to take those things out of those institutions. And they never would have been able to use the Constitution to say that you can put your hand on the Quran. If it was the whole concept of this Christian nation to where you have to put your hand on the Bible, they never would have been able to use the Constitution to say that you can put your hand on the Quran. What I'm telling you is, although those people may have been Christians, they were not creating a nation where people had to follow the tenets of their religion. So it's not a Christian nation. If it was a Christian nation, you would be following these principles of that religion. And it's not like that. That's why they can use the Constitution to validate all kinds of things that go directly against the Bible. You would not be able to use the Constitution to validate same-sex marriage if it was written as like a Christian document. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it. But we got to wrap this thing down. We've been on there for a few hours, so we're gonna have to end it. And we can pick this up later because we can keep getting into this if y'all want. What I want to do is I want to just go down the line and just close out. I'm gonna have to break this up into parts, man. We kind of got carried away, but we're gonna start with Blackburn. Just say a few words, close out. We're gonna go to Coy, then we're gonna go to Ricky, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Or we can do Coy first. I think Blackburn busy. Coy, go ahead and close out real quick, bro, so I can end this one.
All right. My final point, man, I just wanted to say, I think what the brother was trying to say was that it's founded on Christian principles, but that don't, I mean, look how long it took for same-sex marriage to come about, because it took so much pressing of the people to want it for it to happen. It was so against the norm and the tradition. And so we're talking about traditions, but if your religion is going to violate some kind of American law, which is founded on these quote unquote Christian principles, that's not going to fly. Now you can worship Satan all day long, but if your worship of Satan causes you to do some kind of harm to some child or some sexual crime or something like that, then you're going to be in trouble according to this government. And I think that's the point he was making. It's just a guideline. And a Christian is pretty wide open anyway. Because if you think about it, Christians can just do whatever they want and just repent. So it's a wide open set of guidelines, but there is a barrier, there is a brick wall that after you violate certain standards, which are biblical in origin, for the most part, you will be violated. And that's all I have, brother.
Ricky, you want to go ahead and close out, brother, if you're still there?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Blackburn. I believe this is a Christian nation, but it's simply because like when you look at all the countries in the world, they're like spread out where like in your eastern areas like China, Japan, they have their own little sets of religion. Then when you move west, you have more of these religions with where the religions of Abraham. So the farther west you go, the more Abrahamic it gets. So I think Blackburn is saying that this is a Christian country based on that because of how many Christians it is here. It is more Christians here than it is Muslims or any other religion. So I see Blackburn's point. I do. This is a great discussion, and I still don't think you can follow the laws in these modern days. And that's how I'll close.
All right, Blackburn, you there? I know you was getting a little busy. I think he may have had to step away. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just close out real quick, then I'll check back in with him. Yes, I agree. I agree with that analysis. I do believe that they call it a Christian nation because the majority of people over here are Christian. And we're going to go into that a little deeper another time because it looks like it's a hot topic. But my whole perspective is that it was embedded in the Constitution and Declaration of Independence that one could be what they wanted to be. So I think it's more like a freedom of religion nation, but the majority of people chose to be Christian. So that, and the majority rule when you're voting and making laws. So that's what it's going to start looking like. But I do understand if you look at it, nations are classified. We are classified as a Christian nation, one of the largest Christian nations. So I totally agree to that. It's a lot of Christians here. That's what they believe in. That's what a lot of the people came over believing in. So I acquiesce to that. You're absolutely right, Ricky. And Blackburn and Coy on those points as well. We can tease it out a little more later. And addressing the actual original topic, I think honestly, when we went through the whole conversations and we asked all the questions and had the dialogue, I think it's really an understanding that you can't take those ancient laws from 2,000-3,000 years ago and apply them in modern times. I honestly don't even think people really want to do that. But when you believe in something, when it's attached to a belief system or if it's attached to God, individual will be inclined to, even if in their heart they don't want to follow these particular laws, they're not going to say it. They may just not follow it, but they're not going to speak against it. Which I get that too when it's a belief system, but I think it's totally impossible. I can't think of the word, but it doesn't make sense to try to bring those laws and apply them right now today in modern times. Laws have to be updated and changed, and they have to keep up with the times. As society progresses, laws have to be able to change. You can't stick to a law that was 2,000-3,000 years ago in modern times. But Blackburn, are you there to close out? If not, I'm gonna have to assume you had to step away, and I'm gonna just end it. Give him 5 more seconds.
Yeah, I think he out. Matt, peace, brother.
Yeah, all right, peace, brother. Hey, good discussion, man. We're gonna have to do this again, man.
For sure, man. I'm out.
All right. Okay, man. Thank all you guys for watching. Y'all see we touched on a lot of stuff, you know, and we went over a lot of stuff. I hope y'all heard some information that y'all agree with, disagree with. I hope it aroused a lot of emotion in you guys. Leave some comments. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how you feel, and let me know what you think about the topics. This your brother Matthew Daniels, aka Ampu, aka the Chosen Few, aka the Real Bookworm. I'm not a bookworm, I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. And as always, world, may your name live on forever, and may your memory never die. Hotel, peace, I'm out.